What's up, guys? Quick little live stream. There's some value on Underdog Fantasy, so I figured we'd kind of go through it real briefly. So if you check out, the Fantasy Optimizer, you'll see a lot of books are starting to drop player prop lines for college football. So you take a look at Caleb Williams, huge discrepancy, okay? OddsJam, just points out discrepancy. The whole point is there's thousands of lines on all these sports books, thousands and thousands and thousands of different things you can go with on Underdog Fantasy. We're trying to zone in on where are those few plays that actually have an edge. So if you look here at the Fantasy Optimizer, it's pointing out this play on Caleb Williams. Underdog has his line at 318.5. FanDuel is, way lower at 291.5 passing yards for Caleb Williams. So what you could do is you could middle bet this, hit the over 291.5, the under 318.5. If he has 292 to 318 yards, we'll win both plays, right? A lot of people like to think, oh, I hit the over or I hit the under. But you got to remember, it depends, where are you getting the line? So we have this huge discrepancy. And you got to remember, like, Caleb Williams, he isn't going to throw for 1,000 yards. He's not going to throw for 0 yards. So those yards, where his line is centered around 291.5 to 318.5 are really impactful. So this is an incredible play to go with. And then we can see some esports plays popping up. So let's go ahead. Let's kind of take a look. Let me refresh this real briefly. And let's take a look at our boy Levi. So you look at Levi. And again, sports betting, it's all about data. So if we go to League of Legends, this is kind of what I do every day. Just look at all these lines. Prize Picks, we found another crazy discrepancy. Prize Picks has Levi's line at 5.5, Underdog at 6.5. And everything is baked into current market odds. That's why you look at sportsbook lines, their odds. Historical data is useless. It's basically useless. I mean, you'll notice Prize Pick shows you historical stats because it's not useful. It's all baked into the market. Weather, lineups, everything is baked into the odds, the lines sportsbooks are putting out. So we're just following the data to, find picks with an edge. And we got to move quickly because some of these really good lines, they won't last long. So then we can check out our boy Sparta, and it's recommending we take the over 3.5. And then if we check out Prize Picks, let's just make sure it checks out just to kind of show you how OddsJam works. They have his line at 4. So pretty clear value on all these plays. So I'm going to go ahead and lock it in. And it looks like the most random slip of all time. But I mean, we have this crazy gap on Caleb Williams. And again, if you wanted to, it would be a super profitable middle. Hit the over 291.5, hit the under 318.5, and you're golden, right? That would be an incredible play. So anyways, we can check out Prize Picks next. And we can see, okay, like, are there any plays we want to go with? So let me just get rid of some of these combo props briefly and just take a look at the board. So on Prize Picks, it looks like there's some decent plays. I'm not sure if there's enough to place a bet with, but you can see here, like, it's not only Underdog Fantasy that can be screwing up. Like, you look at this player, Artemis, Underdog has his line at 8.5. Hot Streak has his line at 8.5. Prize Picks has his line at 7.5. So here it looks like Prize Picks is too low. So this seems like a good play to go with. So again, we're just using market information like a day trader using a Bloomberg terminal to kind of zone in on good bets. So we can check out here anything else. It looks like there's a lot of bets on WinBet, stuff like that. But in general, not a ton of value. We just locked in a great play on Underdog Fantasy, which is, again, right here. We've locked in a lot of plays on Underdog Fantasy. As you can kind of see, we got some good plays looking, all these from the live stream. Hopefully Lance Lynn can stay under today, but let's go back here. Another thing to mention is there's some good arbitrage bets as well. So Prize Picks, not a ton of stuff, whatever. Fliff, not a ton of stuff, Sky Moore under. But what you'll notice is FanDuel has a boost. So if you take a look at their promos, some people have a better promo than I have. But you can see they have a Thursday night football boost. Where is it? a 50% profit boost. So basically the odds you're getting, anything you want to bet for Thursday Night Football will go up by 50%, plus 100 to plus 150, plus 200 to plus 300. So what you could do is you could arbitrage bet this play on Sky Moore. So what is arbitrage betting? Well, let's kind of go through it. And again, with the boost, this arbitrage is going to be even better. So arbitrage is when you bet equal and opposite outcomes to guarantee yourself a profit. So I can kind of show you an example here. So let's say, again, depending on, who you are, I'm not sure what your profit boost will be for or how much money you'll be able to bet on it. But what you can see is after the 50% profit boost, this is going to go up by 50%. So Sky Moore over 2.5 receptions, and then we have Moore under 2.5. So this was plus 124 odds on FanDuel, but it's going to go up by 1.5. It's going to go up to plus 186. And then his under is minus 115 on Flip. So let's say FanDuel says, hey, you can bet $50 on this boost. What you can do is you can pull up this arbitrage calculator, right? You could already make risk-free money. Arbitrage is when sportsbooks get super out of sync that you can bet the over on one book, the under on another book, and guarantee yourself a profit. So if you look here, let's imagine FanDuel's plus 186 odds, and we can bet $50 here. You're going to be able to make a risk-free 1651. So all you're going to want to do is hedge 76.49 on Flip. I always recommend round your numbers. It looks a little weird, to bet 76.49. So just maybe place 75. And then, if you follow the arbitrage calculator exactly, you'll make the same risk-free profit, right? Regardless of if he goes over or under. So if you follow this calculator exactly and bet 76.49, you'll make 16.51 no matter what. But if we round the numbers, it gets a little more confusing. So these are equal and opposite outcomes, right? Moore's either going to go over or he's going to go under. So if he goes over, on FanDuel, we're going to be up 50 times 1.86. We bet $50 at plus 186 odds on his over. On Flip, we're down $75. Our profit is $18. So we're making a little more money because we bet a little less on the under because we rounded the arbitrage calculator. Now, if he goes under, we lose $50 on FanDuel, and on Flip, we're up 75 times 100 over 115. We're up $65, so we make a risk-free profit of $15. And you may be like, oh, $15 doesn't seem that great. This took 2 seconds of work, right? This was like it literally takes 20 seconds to place this arbitrage bet and use this promo, and you make a risk-free $16.51. That's 2 6-packs of beer. And you could arbitrage bet this. I did that on Twitter. You can see I arbitrage bet it without the boost as well. So if you see here, you can arbitrage bet it, which I did just without the boost as well if you want to. So FanDuel only gave me a max bet size of $70. So I just threw that into the arbitrage calculator and made a risk-free $3, which again, it's not glamorous, but slow and steady wins the race. This is risk-free profit. Like, nothing to complain about right there. And then you can see you could do the same thing with Caleb Williams right here. They also have a promo for the USC game. You'll notice right here, they have a 50% profit boost on the USC game. So instead of plus 152, you're going to be getting 152 times 1.5, 228. And if you have a $50 max bet size on FanDuel, that's another risk-free $17 you can make by just hedging on Flip for $97. I mean, this is literally free money, guys. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. But anyways, what we can do is we can check out, any other plays available. Do we have Prize Pick selected? So we have Prize Pick selected. We have Jock Market selected, FanDuel, DraftKings. Again, whatever books you use, you can just plug into the EV tool. This tool just scans the market, points out value. This fantasy optimizer, it only works for fantasy sites like Underdog Fantasy, all these fixed payout platforms. So on Prize Picks, it looks like there's a few plays, you could go with. I mean, nothing screaming, you got to bet it. But there's some decent value out there, so Some decent plays on Prize Picks. Alvin Kamara under and rushing yards. I mean, he looked great last week, but if we wanted to make a Prize Pick slip, could we find enough plays? Let's kind of take a look. So let's just get rid of these combo props for a second. Yeah, I mean, you could possibly make a play. There's some decent value. Miko under 3.5 shots on goal. Artemis over 7.5. All the other books have his line at 8.5. So there's some decent plays out there. Riley Dixon over 4.5 punts. Some decent plays. Underdog, I just kind of go book to book. Again, there can be value on any sports book. So always recommend, having as many books as possible. Damn, are there more esports plays on Underdog? Levi under 6. This play looks crazy good too. Hot Streak and Prize Picks both have his line at 5.5. So if you need another play on Underdog Fantasy, this guy's line is 5.5. Everywhere else, and then we have Route. So let's go back here. It looks like there's some plays popping up. So unfortunately, we already have this play on Route, so we're not going to be able to rebet it. Oh, and then this play on Levi, we already went with, right? Under 6. So anyways, we'll call it a day for now. Well, we got him under 6.5. Now it's down to 6. They're still decent value, but, we already betted at a better line. So hopefully this was helpful, just kind of going through the tools, how to use them, how to make some risk-free money off these tools, as well as just find some good bets. Some good bets on FanDuel. Soccer is my most profitable sport on FanDuel. So this bet on Bayern Munich, I mean, this looks great, right? But anyways, thanks so much.